limited. So how do you avoid limiting innovation within an organization when you're applying API governance?
It goes back to that process that I'm talking about. Rather than focusing on having the perfect style guide, API style guide, for example, the emphasis needs to be, how do we create a repeatable, safe process so that we can continue to evolve? Because we're going to acknowledge straight up, we're not going to achieve perfection. Like, perfection is the opposite of being done. And so if our goal is to have the perfect set of rules for all time, we are going to fail. It's not possible. So the emphasis needs to instead be on continual improvement. Like, that's how we operate our sprint cycles and our agile teams. That should also be how we think about governance. We take this first step, we look and see what the ramifications of that step were. We look and see at whether it's achieving the goals, and then we take another step and another step and another step. And so this kind of iterative, incremental type of governance is really what I try and espouse. So when it comes to the rules, yes, eventually you will get to the point where you have something in your organization that says, okay, maybe this is our standard error object. For the sake of our cooperation and our communication, we are going to adopt a standard error object so that we can leverage our experience with one API across our entire portfolio. That's really good. But before you get to that stage, you need to have that underpinning. How do we get there? Who are the people in the room? Are we doing a straight up majority rules type of system where if people think this is a good idea, it passes? Are there other mechanisms by which we can figure this stuff out? How do we communicate it out? How do we grandfather in existing systems that may not conform to this? All of those are the type of questions that need to be answered by governance. And then once you get those rules in place, then you get to management and enforcement.
Okay. Well, look, you've obviously had enormous experience over the last 5 years building several thousand APIs. Many people would have thought that you've already nailed digital transformation, but you started out this conversation saying you now want to apply these learnings and principles to other digital transformation related projects in your organization. So let's start out by sort of talking about what is digital transformation to you. So, and how do you see it evolving, and how do you see these learnings that you've obtained applying to those?
Right. So digital transformation has become one of those words, almost like services, where it means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. To me, digital transformation is all about, can you use digital technologies to create new and novel experiences and services for customers? Like, just doing what you already did before, it may be semantics, but I call that digitization. Digital transformation is creating something new at the end of the day. And so as we look at our internal organizations and the increasing pace in which new technology is causing marketplace disruption and marketplace challenges, it's absolutely incumbent on organizations to be able to react to these things, if not lead. And in order to do that, it's vital that they understand the various components of digital transformation, whether that's having the correct operational platform underneath, whether it's being able to incorporate feedback in a rapid manner. It's allowing industries of all stripe and shape to behave with the cycle time of a software company. And that's where we're at.